start this junker, Pot versus Asuka. We need some help on the matchup, so let's kind of see what we could do. I haven't watched this, so I might take some time to look at it and see what's going on. Let's get started. Let's raise the volume on it. Okay. There's just no volume in general. I don't know. I can't hear anything. Yeah, it's just a video. All right. I thought my headphones were. Breaking. So yeah, let's start with the VOD review. Let's do a quick one. All right. Slide head. Pretty good so far, honestly. So yeah, so just in this matchup, this is how most of these matchups are gonna go. As Pot here, you do want to sacrifice health rather than meter for as a resource. You're kind of using your health to get in, and that's because Pot could take health. And then, but the issue with this is you can't flick spheres. You can't flick anything that Asuka does. I don't know why they just don't let him flick it. And Asuka's mana shield actually, hurts Pot because his meme or his gimmick is, he's gonna like two hit you. But against mana shield, you could survive a decent bit. So this matchup ends up being pretty hard for Potemkin. But the way you started off was pretty good. You are using your armor because he doesn't have really good cancelable normals. I think 2K, 2D works really well with him. But other than that, like if he uses Far Slash or anything, they're very slow moves that Pot could armor through. So already I kind of see that you're kind of pretty familiar with zoners, as probably most Pots are. Yep, armoring through everything. One thing I think you need to do is, I think, I don't know, maybe. I was going to say, like, maybe not, like, just slide head all the time. Like, definitely Hammerfall is a lot better in this matchup to do. But it's fun. Yeah, that's the chick throw. That's what Asukas are going for. They're gonna do basically. This is how I view Asuka currently. They are burning spells and using resources to get Screamer. Once they get Screamer, they could play a really strong strike throw game against you. As you can see here, you get boom, Screamer into throw. So yeah, that's something you do have to watch out for. Once he has Screamer, you are expecting a strike throw game going on. Yeah, so, yep. No volume, kind of weird. I don't know what happened to the volume, but no volume, it's okay. Alright, forward Mega Fist. You get a little combo off of this. Alright. So you really have to make these one chance situations matter, especially against Asuka. Unfortunate. Wonder if you could have gigantered, but maybe not. Nice, perfect armor through. Going in, and should be dead. Could you extend it with meter? No, it seems like you just got meter. Wait, unless. Yeah. Oh no. Yeah, the positive bonus. The meter penalty, I mean. He has no Screamer. So yeah, just in general right here, you kind of have to watch his resources. He's going to do the overhead, which I think you could mash on it. I'm almost positive. But he also has no mana. So honestly, even taking that, like, I'm pretty sure you could have got everything back there. But either way, he's dead. I don't think you needed to YRC there. I still think the YRC was a little risky, but it's fine. because I feel like if you YRC and he jump cancels and then he gets all his resources back. So honestly, just taking. So yeah, you kind of seen him do this a couple times here, where you get knocked full screen and he just jumps, throws a spell out. Um, I would I would just hammer fall. I think a lot of these matchups, especially against Asuka, they're slow, so he can't just spell into spell. Um, Doing hammerfall is a lot better than just doing slide head, because even if you get slide head, you get in, but you know he has a really good backdash, and he also has DP here, so you kind of just want to get the knockdown on the other side of the screen. Again, you're full health, so like even if you guess wrong on this, like let's say he gets the 3 orbs and he multi hits you, I still think it's fine. Because yeah, now you're put into this position just because you kind of guessed wrong. Um, And like another thing against Asuka, sorry, I keep bringing this up because he's just a new character, so I think a lot of people don't know how to play against him. Another thing against Asuka, you're fine. You're fine with him just launching spells at you. Like you don't have to. You don't have to do this. Um, like he has like green mana. Like he's gonna keep launching spells at you. Like you could just tap FD a couple times, and then you kind of want to test his resource management, right? Um, you're like, okay, is he gonna actually manage resources correctly? And if he doesn't, you know, you kind of get to play offense again because it's kind of like Happy Chaos when there's no bullets. Like a lot of his spells, he can't just like his neutral isn't that good without that. So just kind of like what you did there. I think you just took a little like you could take a little bit more risks than you had to, like on the in the corner over here. But like again, like yeah, you guessed right one time, and then boom. But like you're fine as pot using your life and just sitting there getting a little bit of getting a little bit of meter, and then testing their resource management. Obviously, if they're really good, like you know, it's kind of rough. But if they're not managing their resources correctly, which he definitely is not, you're fine. You're fine doing that. So this is really good here. Yep, there you go. Perfect. Nice. That sequence there. So exactly like right here, he's low on resources. Unfortunate. Unfortunate. Right there, he was low on resources. So you're definitely right. Yeah, there you go. Perfect. You see him cast a spell in the air. He can't cancel out of anything. Nice. So another thing you have to do against these zoners, especially as Potemkin, you really have to make this situation scary. Um, you want to avoid any situation. You really want to make this situation scary. You really want to avoid any situation that could launch you over here. Your kind of route you took here was a little weird, but I guess you got pushed out early with the buttons. Um, but if you could find routing or even pressure that doesn't push you out that far against these characters, um, it'd be better. But I get it. You got kind of tagged early. So here he has Screamer. So you have to watch out for the strike throw. Yep. Screamer. Boom. Unfortunate. So that's not a real reversal for everyone, but it's so fast people use it as a reversal. But it's not a real reversal. But you know, it's just you see a pot running at you, you're just gonna launch it. So let's see how you adapt to this. Again, yeah, I'd like more just hammerfall, just using your health to get in. Um, Unfortunate, yeah, that stays up. It's really hard to it's really hard to burst this 2H. You're better off not bursting Asuka 2H. Okay. This is kind of just an unfortunate round. Yeah, you have to get in there. Unfortunate. Gigantor Kai. I think your Gigantor Kai setups need a little bit of work too. You should, after Gigantor Kai, if you're not doing a pot buster setup, if you're not doing a pot buster setup off Gigantor Kai, you should at least be in a situation where they're guessing either strike throw or something like that. You shouldn't. It's weird that you're in this position after you couldn't get it unless you did another card. Unless you card that, I don't think you're able to get another Garuda there. But you should be in a position where you're threatening Garuda or at a closer range. So his DP here, so this becomes a little rough. Yeah, this is kind of what I'm a little bit talking about. Like, you kind of blocked a bunch of stuff. He has DP, but like you kind of see his other spell. It's one ball. He's kind of charging up, so you're kind of assuming he's just going to charge up and throw the next spell or Screamer, which you could still armor through. So like, don't be afraid to armor through his stuff. You kind of did it a little late, but if you did that a little earlier, like you got that. That should have been Car Pot Buster. It's okay. Resources are still on your side here. That hurts a little bit. Resources still on your side. Nice, perfect. This is what I'm talking about. I think you're getting the idea because like you are going in at really correct times where he's losing resources. You're just not sticking on him. I know it is a little bit hard for Pot to stick on people, but and like maybe in this matchup, like thinking about Kara is a little rough. But yeah, exactly. I think you played that last part perfect. But you definitely need to find better ways to stick on characters like Asuka and Axels and shit like that. But I think you played that last sequence pretty well. Nice. I also don't know what Asuka's punish on Hammerfall is, but if it's not even that bad, I would, yeah. You really gotta watch out for Screamer Strike Throw. He's done it to you every time. It's hard, you know. It is Guard Crush, but you know it is what it is. Um, nice. All right. No resources on Asuka. You see how like yeah, you routed this pressure. Like again, he's no resources. Your goal in the situation is to like, you know, literally kill him. Like this is like Happy Chaos, no resources. Get him no resources here. I think I think you're fine with like, you know, 2k into Garuda again and just have him guess or something like that because you went straight into Flick. Went straight into Flick, which pushes you way too far back, and you're forced to do that to get back in, and then yeah, you kind of already messed up your pressure a little bit, um, or even just like you know close slash and then like wait close slash. Like he's gonna take less risks since he has no resources, right? So you have to take advantage of that state he's in. So he has Screamer here, so you really have to. So double Screamer is really scary. Okay. Nice back throw again. Like, okay. Yeah, I think you're fine with taking just normal strike throw pressure against Asuka. You might be trying to be a little too fancy there. Maybe you just messed up a little bit. So let's see it again. Boom. Little resources. Yeah, there you go. Didn't have meter. You're also kind of not presenting Pot Buster at all. Um, so I think he just figured out that he doesn't need to jump or mash against you. In this situation, it's hard to react to, but you kind of had to assume backdash here. but it's hard to react to. It's hard. Or not react, but you're trying to kill them, so I get it. Again, in these matchups, once you give up that one chance, it's kind of how short we talking, like 2 hours. Uh, I'm gonna do the VOD reviews, and then I'll play a little bit of gaming, and then I'll probably get off. I have to be up at 7 a.m. tomorrow to take a train, so sadly, um, yeah, it sucks that flick doesn't work against the spheres or the cubes. All right, this is your one chance, and yeah, it's kind of annoying. It is kind of annoying. What can we do? Okay. I also think you're fine just hitting neutral buttons. Normals do break spheres, so even though you can't flick them, you could just hit them. But yeah, so you're gonna screamer here. Damn, he's really going for this 2K2D. Nice. Actually, that was a good idea. He just got a good spell. He's got a good spell to deal with armor. That's actually a good idea. Interesting. Yeah, you really got to present some pot buster. You have not presented pot buster one time. He's just very content with blocking you. He's very content with it. Like this is where playing pot kind of like you need to, like, you're not gonna get anywhere with pot buttons. Like that's just not the character. Like he's fine buttons, nice, perfect. He has good buttons, but like you're not gonna win against owners with pot buttons. You really have to put some conditioning in them. If that's pot buster, or just smacking them with a bunch of 2Ds when they, or 2Ks when they're trying to avoid pot buster. Again, like that's actually good, but yeah, you just unfortunate. 6H there was also unfortunate. Like at this point in the game, he's basically just like, this guy is never gonna pot buster me, and I could just play whatever game I want to play. So he's just gonna block you here, and then boom, block you, and then he's gonna jump out. So like this is what happens when you have not conditioned anyone to that you're gonna pot buster. Is just they're not scared. He's just trying to fuzzy jump. Nice. Okay, finally. He just got lucky on that backdash. Not lucky, but it was just an option he was gonna present. But especially against all those situations where you had him in the other side of the screen, or in the corner with no resources, and he was just taking Garuda 1 and 2. Um, you definitely had opportunities to just present plot blister there. Like, let me see if I can find one. Actually did it a couple times. I think you back throw him on one of these. Maybe not. Yeah, that's actually pretty good. I think he's the only Oscar. To be fair, like it's really hard to DP Ram. I'll find this point. You do it a couple times. Yeah, and then this gigantic high pressure. Like you definitely need to get in there. Backdash. Obviously, I can't find it now. Like right there, maybe I think you probably just missed the pop buster. I think you did 6P. Pop buster is half circle forward P, right? I could be wrong there. Perfect. So right here, yeah, right there is a really good spot. He is fuzzy jumping against you though, but then you can present other options. Um, so honestly, it's just a hard matchup. Like the armor on Asuka is pretty bad to deal with for Pot, and also the just not being able to flick any of his projectiles for some reason. But I would recommend. I don't know any good Pot players now, but if you watch how Snake Eyes uses his normals and FD breaks to deal with zoners, it's actually pretty good. Um, Especially against Asuka, since a lot of these get broken by normals. Um, Not FD breaks, Hammerfall breaks. Um, yeah, like right here, like you could have presented a couple pop busters here. And he mashes on there. Is 2P on Asuka 5 frames too? Let me check. Does Asuka? Because if Asuka's 2P is 6 frames, you would have been fine also. I don't think it matters on that's 5 frames. That's broken. Yeah, his jab is really good. All right. Overall, I think you did good. I think you really need to figure out some better offense. I don't know what that is because I'm not a pop player. Just kind of stick to players a little better. I know you're getting FD'd out a lot and backdashed out a lot, but maybe some routing to deal with that. And then this also sucks that you don't armor through it. I don't know how bad this matchup is going to be in the long term for Pot. It seems bad, but nice. You started doing what I was doing, what I was telling you to do later on in the set, but he just kept getting multi-hit orb sphere. It does help knowing which ones you could go through. Yeah, I think you're just missing a lot of stuff too, because I think you're trying to Kara Buster here. But yeah, like after you don't have to Garuda. You could go into Pop Buster. You could go into other stuff. But yeah, I think your offense got really linear towards the end too, because you started just doing your Garuda stuff and then FD out and fuzzy jump out. So or just take it because they knew that if they FD you out, they'll be fine. I think you did pretty good though. Notepad. Get our trusty notepad out. Let's talk about things we learned or could do. This matchup is hard. Have to take advantage of no resources. You definitely have to take advantage of the one chance potential, which I think you weren't willing to do. These matchups are like, I don't know if you ever watched like Nago, like against these characters, you really, once you get in there, you want to kill them. If you get it, burst it out, it's kind of hard. And you don't really get much chances. So the better your pressure is against the way these characters want to play, which is going to be fuzzy jumping and just, trying to mash out, the better you're gonna have more success in this matchup. Like, even staggering your strings a little bit is gonna be better. A lot of the times you're literally just doing like close slash and then whatever you Gatling into Garuda. No real staggers to catch jumps or anything. I'm pretty sure your close slash 2K also cast jumps. If they're fuzzy jumping a lot at you. And then I just want to double check. Yep. You take advantage of no resources. That's a big one. You obviously know this. Keep an eye on resources. If they have no resources or low resources, you're definitely willing to take risks in this situation. Better offense against FD and backdash. Does he jump? I think you just let him out the corner way too many times. Which, you know, back throw against Pot, like you know, they should be fighting for their life. Pot could heavy slash against cubes. He can't flick them, but you know, like it recovers pretty slow. So if he does like cube into cube, he gets hit. But he could like far slash to clear a lot of them. But again, like if he does cube into cube, it gets hit. I'm not sure how well 5P does. I'm not a Pot player. This is the first time I've ever seen this matchup. But I think he can't flick him, so like that's like a big anti-zoner tool out. But I don't think like Asuka's a zoner, but I don't think he's like a real zoner. Like I don't think he's gonna like happy chaos you. I think his goal currently is the way I'm watching Gobo play him is you're kind of just running spells for Screamer, and then you use your spells to get in on them, and then you run Strike Throw with Screamer. Yeah, I think most characters can 2P. The problem is the multi-hitting cubes, I think, against Pot, because I don't think he'd be able to spam 5P and 2P against all of them. But I have no idea. I'm just I don't know if he was. I guess he was struggling against cube. You can just, you know, hammer fall through them, but the only problem is if they do 3 cube, you know, if you have hammer fall and RC, 3 cube breaks armor. So that also sucks. So overall, this matchup is pretty bad for Pot, like really bad, it seems. But yeah. Take advantage of resources, better offense against FD and backdash. Fuzzy jump. Yeah, you have to take more risks. Yeah, again, he was just, I think at the end of the game, at the end of that set, he just seemed content with blocking you. He just had no reason to be scared of Pot Buster. I'm not too sure if he thought you didn't have any way to get Pot Buster. Or I saw a couple of misinputs, but definitely have to take more risks against characters like this. And then, you know, just to overall use your health as a resource. Sharpie's really good at doing this. If you want to watch Sharpie play, he's really good at just giving up health and then staying with a bunch of meter and then just killing you with the meter. I say if you do want to get good with Pot against most of these matchups that are really hard to play, like Asuka, you are probably going to need to do these two more. And then just like definitely you're gonna have to know a lot of the PRC stuff, like Garuda PRC, just to get them to respect kind of just Pot's bad pressure that he's gonna give to you. Like, you know, like just doing Garuda into Garuda every time isn't gonna win you the game. Like after the second Garuda, you know, everyone knows at this point you just jump, and then whatever, if the 2D doesn't hit, whatever, or they could just block the 2D because you're too far, and then just play the game afterwards. But yeah, you're definitely gonna have to actually make them guess more times. And again, like they jump, and then what's Asuka gonna get off jump? He's just gonna knock you down, and then, you know, you're back in the same spot you're gonna do if he fuzzy jumps out. So just being really take that risk is, I think, a lot better than just running the same pressure over and over again. I think you could have won a lot of these rounds, other than, like, you know, I think other than the ones that, you know, just were kind of doomed from the beginning. I think this one, yeah, this one's rough. Yeah, no resources here. You also gotta look at resources. Like, I think that's one of the biggest things of playing this against this character. Yeah, YRC. Yep. That's a kind of a hard one to even, like, I don't know. It's rough. I agree, it's rough.